800 years ago, a young man in a dilapidated church in Italy was praying, asking the Lord, Lord, what do you want? What are you leading me? What do you want for my life? And from the crucifix, this young man heard, Francis, go and rebuild my church. Francis, go and rebuild my church. And trembling before the icon of Jesus Christ crucified, St. Francis of Assisi got up and set out to respond to the Lord's call. And we as his brothers have been trying to do that with him ever since. The Franciscan Friars of the Renewal were founded out of a desire to work more definitively, decisively for personal and communal reform. Sometimes, like St. Francis, we get invited into an actual rebuilding of the church project. Also, like St. Francis, the Lord's work at rebuilding happens in another way. We follow the Lord in our life of prayer together, in our life of community together. We live as brothers, and also we follow the Lord in serving the poor and going out, like Jesus asked, to bring his gospel to all the nations. Prayer is really the foundation of our life. Without our union with the Lord in prayer, everything else makes no sense.
Praying unceasingly is really the essence of our life. It's no matter what life you're called to, everything is drawn into a sense of the presence of God. And so praying while you're working, praying singularly during hours of gathering for the brothers, specifically for hours of prayer, personal times of prayer, everything is kind of sown with prayer.
Without prayer, we just can't function. Without that relationship with Jesus, we can't live this life. His rays flow to us, His grace flows to us through His sacred heart on the altar.
Fraternal life is really a pillar in our life. It kind of holds a lot of our life up. And I know for me personally, the fraternal life has really been a source of strength, a source of encouragement. I've never been in a house where there hasn't been a brother who I've really experienced the support and the encouragement that I need to respond to what the Lord is asking me to do.
It's a life that brings us great joy, doing it together with others. Because if I'm doing it alone, I can also feel the isolation, the loneliness. But living in community, I find the joy in the fraternity of another person.
And you learn from that a depth of love that is not possible to live by yourself. So many times, when I feel out of sorts, it's the presence of the brothers in their communion with one another, their service for one another, their sacrifice in the midst of the community that raises up my spirit, my mind, my heart.
We need to love each other as brothers because God has blessed us with this vocation. We see Jesus in the brother. Each of us, is loving Christ, in our brother.
Saints, depicted in stained glass windows, if the glass is dirty, it takes work to kind of bring out the color again. You need to clean the glass, you need to maybe repair what's been broken and let the light shine through that stained glass again to really see and reveal the dignity of the saint that's in there. And that's a little bit of a metaphor for our life, that we're trying to bring out the beauty in people that God has given them and to lead them to Christ so that they can really shine.
A particular charism in the church that we have been given as Franciscan Friars of the Renewal to go out and to live among the poor and serve the poor, but also to go out and evangelize, to be that light to others, to bring Christ to others in whatever environment we might find them.
We run a soup kitchen. We give out sandwiches. If you've been on drugs or alcohol or you've been in prostitution, you feel degraded. Through God's grace, we've got to lift them up, lift them out of that, make them realise how beautiful they are.
A consecrated life in the midst of an unbelieving culture is something that radiates out.
So I just encourage you, if you're experiencing in your heart a desire to give more, to follow the Lord more wholeheartedly, to not be afraid of that, to really ask the Lord, Lord, where are you leading me? And wherever you lead me, Lord, I'm ready, I'm willing. And maybe St. Francis is part of that call too.